familiarize ourselves with how the economy has done. We start from province to look at what really are the major contributing factors in Western Province. We also go to national to see how the nation is performing in terms of inflation rate. In the studio this afternoon, I am joined by Mr. Raphael Masangu, who's a regional statistician, Western Province.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. It's been some time.
Indeed. Almost a month, or more than a month now.
More than a month.
Sure.
But it's good that at least today you've prepared some fresh information for us.
Sure.
Let's look at what we have. What exactly are you analyzing today?
Thank you. Today we are going back to our monthly bulletin. Mm-hmm. So in our monthly bulletin, we are going to single out what has been already disseminated by the Statistician General. From what she disseminated last week on Thursday, we are just going to pick out issues which pertains to our province and the nation, trying as much as possible to bring it very close to the people to understand exactly what we did in the previous month. So in short, we are looking at June, how the economy performed in terms of inflation, in terms of international trade merchandise. So that is basically what we are looking at today. Thank you so much.
And I wish we can, start from looking at how the month was, but let's go straight to what we're discussing today. Which pages are you really analyzing for us today?
We'll look at national accounts, how the economy fared in the first quarter of the year 2026. Then we'll come to the inflation itself. When we are looking at inflation, we look at food and non-food inflation. We'll look at inflation at provincial level. But we are not going to go in details. We will just summarize our presentation, I think, from province, and also looking at national account. We won't analyze in terms of Western Province compared to the other provinces. I think that we can restrict our discussion to that, so that next time again we can look at something which is new.
So when you look at what exactly expanded in the first quarter of the month, in the first quarter, behind the story.
Okay, thank you so much. I wish they could display that table so that we can bring everyone to speed. So in the previous quarter, first of all, every month we produce what we call a monthly bulletin. And we usually disseminate it. We send it to all the platforms, even those where we correct these statistics. We always make sure that we send to them. And those who don't usually receive, I'm calling upon them to get hold of us, or when enumerators come to their outlets, they should be demanding for those copies. So when they have a copy, we want to make them understand the detailed copy that we have, so that they must appreciate the statistics that they give us. And like they give us a product, at the end of the day, they don't see where their data is aggregated or where their data is kept. So when we correct that data, when an enumerator comes every month to you at your shop, any outlet, please always ask for them to share the monthly bulletin with you, so that you can appreciate exactly what your data is able to do. So the economy, in terms of the economic growth, the economy grew by 7.7 in the first quarter. Yeah, it expanded.
Maybe before we go to looking at how the economy expanded, there may be people who may find it difficult to access the monthly bulletin. How can they access this information?
They can go to our website. They just go to Zambia Statistics Agents without even memorizing our website. Can just go straight to Zambia Statistics Agents. Then under Zambia Statistics Agents, they will check where it is written publications. When they click on publication, they'll see monthly bulletin. They click there, they'll see all our bulletins from 1969 to date. Yes, if that is so difficult for them, they can equally have my number. Yeah, they can drop the number with the studio here, or you have my number, you can still give them. Then they will be able to send to them. We have a dissemination desk for the district commissioners and all the planners in Western Province, where every month when the bulletin is out, we are able to send to them so that they also share with the public. But for those who want to be getting the copy direct with us, they can still have our number. We'll be sending to them some copies every month. And sure.
All right, let's look at page 4, right? We start with page 4 and how the economy expanded. If you can just help us with the chart, page 4, we start from there.
Thank you so much. Page 4, we are looking at the gross domestic product growth rate from 2023 quarter 1 to 2026 quarter 1. So our main interest here is quarter 1 of 2026, where we have seen our economy or the GDP expanding by 7.7. Yeah. So there are some factors. When you look at this table, there are some factors that are attributed to that expansion. So we are able to look at the industries. For example, you look at agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Those they contribute. So if someone was to ask to say how much have they contributed in the first quarter, in that 7.7, they contributed 1.9%. We have things like mining and quarrying. We have things like manufacturing. We have things like transportation and storage, retail trade, wholesale. We have things like education, public administration, and defense. All these are some of the industries or occupations that we look at when we are measuring the economy. You may bear in mind, just to make it so simple to everyone, when you look at the economy, we have government, Ministry of Finance and National Planning. On the other hand, we have Bank of Zambia. So the government, when you are talking about government, you look at the fiscal policy. When it comes to Bank of Zambia, they deal with the issues of the money market, which we call monetary policy. So monetary policy and the fiscal policy, these two combined, when you are talking about, for example, fiscal policy, you look at how government is spending, and also those issues of taxations, how they are controlling the taxes of the country. Yes, but when you look at, for example, central bank, for them, their much interest is more on the money, to make sure that our kwacha is stable. We have those good reserves and so on. So when you put those together, you need to have what we call a fiscal and the monetary discipline in order for you to contribute much to contribute in our economy. Because if government is just spending recklessly, where they can just spend wherever they want, they have no programs and so on, at the end of the day, you don't expect, for example, in the area of agriculture, to contribute in the expansion of the economy. Yeah, if I can finish up that point. If you look at this year, we have recorded a bumper harvest, right? Yes. So how did they arrive at that? Government was able to arrive at bumper harvest because they had come up with good policies towards agriculture. Then God also came in, gave us enough good water. At the end of the day, we are able to harvest. Yeah. So government is able to inject, is able to control in terms of the expenditure, in terms of taxes. Then monetary policy also comes in. The monetary policy also comes in order to look at the money market. At the end of the day, then we sit down. We look at how do we now calculate the GDP. So we usually look at it from 3 angles. So it's either we look at it from production, from expenditure, or we look at it from the income point of view, or from the output. So those three, we usually use those three methods in order for us to arrive at what we are seeing there. So you can't, if you use, for example, one of those, you are able to arrive at the same 7.7%. Thank you so much.
I'm actually looking at the table, and from the table I'm seeing, I was a bit confused because I was looking at, the first quarter of 2025 and the first quarter of 2026. I mean, if you look at the first quarter of, according to the gross domestic product in the agriculture sector, just for better understanding of people that are looking at it, and what is this? What does this really mean? So when I'm seeing from the first quarter, I think it was recorded about 3,442, and when I look at the first quarter, this shows that in 2025, the first quarter, it grew by 75.6%. Am I right?
Sure.
So when we look at probably this from, if you're able to drop the chart a little bit down, if still in the agriculture.
Yes.
When you look at the growth between now, between the year and also maybe by where we are, I'm able to see that the economy grew by at least 1.9 from what is compared in 2025 and 2026.
Sure.
Is that how this whole, how it is looked at? Because, from a layman point, somebody will be able to say, but these are just numbers. I don't know exactly where to project or where to find the growth between now and that time.
Thank you so much. When you look at this table, you have rightly put it. So we have divided this table into two. We have constant price on the left. On the right, we have what we call the growth rates. So on the constant prices, if you want, we are looking at the year 2025 compared to 2026. Now, on the growth rates, also we are looking at 2025 compared to 2026. Then the last column, we are looking at the contribution that each industry has contributed. Yes, so if you look at 2025, and these are the challenges that we usually have. When people look at our tables and they look at the figures, say these things, we can't make sense out of them. So when you look at our monthly bulletin, for example, first column, we are looking at constant prices 2025 quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. 2026, we have quarter 1. Quarter 2 just ended. When was that? Was it the day before yesterday? So we are still comparing. Quarter 3, we don't have figures yet. Quarter 4, we don't have figures. No wonder we are only seeing quarter 1 of 2026. So as we get to quarter 4, we'll be able to compare. You are going to see 2025 quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. 2026 quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is how it was going to come out. So let's look, for example, agriculture, forest, and the fisheries, the one that you gave as an example.
I'm very much interested because I think there's little, of manufacturing activities that takes place in Western Province.
Sure.
So when you look at agriculture, at least we're somewhere there. When you look at fishing, we're somewhere there. We look at the harvest of trees and the like. Western Province is on a different level.
Sure. So if you look at that amount, we are saying that amount is in million Zambian kwacha. Yes, so in quarter 1, the constant prices that the value that we are able to make in that particular quarter 1, in terms of agriculture, how much it was contributed, if you are to look at it from monetary, in terms of money, we are saying it was 3.4 million. 3.4 million. Then in quarter 1 of 2026, we are talking about 4.2 million. If you look at those two, then comparing. So for quarter 2, we can't compare with quarter 2 because we don't have the figures yet. Quarter 3, we can't compare. So when you come to the growth rates, also just the same agriculture, we are able to see in quarter 1, that is in terms of growth rate, it was 76.1. In quarter 6, it is 24.4. So how much is this industry, each industry is contributing? So that is the last column, yes, that we are able to project. Sure.
All right, let's quickly maybe look at how the country did in terms of inflation rate.
Okay.
Just on that, it's quite difficult for me and anybody else who did not do economics and to understand what these numbers are.
Thank you. These numbers, you know, when you are looking at we have, when you look at Zambia Statistics Agency, we have so many experts in all different fields. Yeah, so if you were to bring an economist who was going to give us a good picture, especially when it comes to that economy, yeah, yeah. So how these, for example, the industries are contributing and so on, they are going to elaborate much and the meaning of those. So for us, we only correct what is on the table, we analyze and give to the public. So now the public has to look at those figures and dissect them and
try to interpret them.
Sure. So we just help them to interpret. So what is behind that figure, what has contributed that's why we have also our economists also, they come on board to say, when you look at this figure, this simply means A, B, C, D. Yes. So now coming to the inflation, just like I indicated in my opening remarks, that we always see our statistician general every month she announces the inflation of the country. So this inflation also, let me make it clear to those who are listening to us, yeah, and those who are watching us. So number one, this inflation, we have what we call the annual inflation rate. The annual inflation rate, this one takes care of one, food items. By food items, I'm talking about food that we eat,
that
the foods that we call, yes. Talk about meal, talk about sugar, talk about sweet potatoes, talk about anything that a human being can eat. Whatever we eat, those are food. Then we have non-food stuffs like clothing, footwears, sports, and yeah, all those services and so on. Yeah. So when you look at those combined together, we measure from we compare last year, for example, this year, this is June, we are able to compare. No wonder we call it annual, because we are looking at 2 periods here, last year and this year.
And this year.
Yes. So, like in June last year, our inflation was standing, for Zambia, was standing at 16 point. Okay, this one now they have gone up to food and non-food stuffs. I wish you could get back to the one so that I can just make people understand how they can interpret this. Yes. So like in June 2025 last year, our annual inflation rate was standing at 14.1. Wow, this year it is standing at 6.5. So that 14.1 and this 6.5, we are referring to two things: food and non-food stuffs. Yeah. So those are the things that we are looking at. So we when we look at those two, so we also have the inflation for food alone. We also have inflation for non-food stuffs, and that is the table where they are taking us. Now we can go there. Yeah, where you have food and non-food. And
non-food items.
Yes. So when they are looking at inflation, so we separated. Now you can see we have the one which is for food, and the one which is non-food. So for food, that's the one that is now at 6.7, and non-food 6.0. So
meaning the one that is it orange? The one that is down there, that is the one for.
Yes, don't worry. We have even provided the key. It's just that there is that monthly statistical bulletin down there, but the key is there. There is no need of even mastering these colors. Yeah, but when you look at those two, the key is down there. You'll be able to see it. So the 6.7, that's the one that is talks about food. Then 6.0, the one that is referring to non-food. Now, what can you see from here? We are able to tell that, for example, in May, when we look at food, we have it was 6.9. This time around, 6.7. In June last year, food alone, it was standing at 6.7. This is at national level. But currently, it is now standing at 6.7. So we have those outliers, for example. If you talk about in Zambia today, you are looking for a tin of 20 kgs, that 20 kgs tin of maize. Do you know where it is very expensive in Zambia? It's here in Western Province. You go to Sioma here, it's costing 180 kwacha on average. If you are looking for cement, where cement is the most expensive in Zambia, You know where it is?
No.
It's here in Western Province. Go to Rukuru, a bag of cement is costing 240. That is an outlier that we have. But we also have other non-foods and foodstuffs which are a bit cheap, where you find that we are the lowest. So when you take the average, that's how we get to arrive to those figures.
You come up with those numbers.
Sure.
Now, I would have wanted you to explain what the differences and so on and so forth. But looking at time is not with us. As we get to conclude, what else do you have for us today?
Thank you so much. Let me just take this opportunity to request our relatives out there, our brothers and sisters out there. Yeah, we are very much aware that we are in the year of election. Yeah, and the government or Zambia Statistics Agency cannot just sit idle until after elections. That's when we are going to conduct some of the surveys. As we are speaking now, we have so many programs that we about to conduct, and some our members of staff are already in the field. So we are kindly requesting on this one. Let me even put it mwasilozi lwabakupa luliko bayisikafera ko balutwera niko baluwera kuli amwamu elesha basalu na seo sesizimando luna program yoza ya gender equality perception survey, luna ni program yoza ya kasava, luna ni program yoza kama programs amangata olweza amukubona watu hata kumina bashimbire ma IDs azo kwa statistics batine nilitinoze bonsa kuikiza kwa ZamStats lwakupamva muwele luna political party aluna ruziva. The only political party that we know that we are representing in the field is Zambia Statistics Agency, and we are correcting data in order for us to serve you better. Thank you.
Masangu, thank you so very much. I wish we had more time to briefly just talk about what we're going to look at next time. And I know we were just beginning to talk about this, but because of time, we're unable to proceed. And also, maybe in a brief, what are we looking at next time?
Next time, we are going to look at now the provincial inflation for Western Province, the monthly inflation for June, and also we'll relate our monthly inflation for Western Province to the other provinces. We will also touch on international trade.
Wow. You've heard it for yourself, giving you a reason to tune in next time. Thank you so very much to everybody that took time to watch this program. Mr. Masangu, coming from who is a regional statistician, Western Province. Thank you so very much for finding time to talk to us. It's always insightful when you're talking about these numbers, how Western Province is growing, how the economy is growing, and also how the nation is faring in terms of the economy. We appreciate, and we are looking forward to having an insightful conversation next time.
Pleasure is mine too. Thank you so much.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for finding time to tune into a monthly statistics bulletin. We have also decided to segment it rather than just cruising like we did last time. We hope this program is going to help you understand issues of national importance. From me, Alvin, and Mr. Raphael Masangu, thank you so very much. Do join us next time again. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.